Hello and welcome to HomeTech Austria. In this last episode of our series Dell R220 Homeserver, I will show you how we can install a small program to use aftermarket quiet defense. I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, now you can see we are on our server. I have pre-installed proxmox P4E plus an Ubuntu virtual machine. At this point, I want to say that it's important for the virtual machine to give him the maximum cores.
In my case are 8 cores or 4 cores with 8 threads.
Okay, what we are doing in this video, at first we will create an LXC and Linux container with Debian, and on this Debian distribution we will install our IPMI script. The first thing we will do is create a new bridge. So we go to Network, create a new bridge with our second Ethernet port ENO2. We create it and apply the configuration. Okay, the next step is directly create the container. We name it fan control. And create a secure password. We take a Debian 9.0 template, a very slight distribution with just about 200 megabytes. Next is the storage. I think 8 GB will be more than enough, just like 1 core, and 512 megabyte RAM. Next, we will create our network. Here we choose our Linux bridge that we have set before, so ETA1, and set a free available IP address. And the IP address from our gateway. DNS we can keep free. Confirm it and deploy our LXC container. After a few seconds, the container will be deployed and we will run our LXC container. We are logging on to this container with our credentials. So the standard credential is root, or the standard username, and password is the chosen password. At first we will install our IPMI service, and this will make with apt install IPMI tool. We confirm with yes. And try if we have access to our server over IPMI, and this we're gonna do with this command. Now we will see that the IPMI service responds to data. At first we have the inlet temp or the mainboard temp, and the second one is the CPU temp with 35 degrees. Okay, now we have access to the server over IPMI, and now we start creating our script. For this we are using the nano editor, and the command is fanctl.sh. Now you can copy the file from my GitHub site to your script. After copying the code, you will see it's parted in 3 steps. So the first one are the primary user settings. Here you have to fill in your IP address from the server or from the IPMI tool, and username and password. In my case, the standard credentials of the server. So username is root and password is Kelvin. The second part are the advanced settings. Here you can change the threshold and the fan speed in 5 steps. And here you have the frequency. That means in which time the script control temperature of the CPU and set the equal fan speed. Okay, how does the script work? At first, it takes the temperature of your CPU and compare it with the threshold. And every range has a set fan speed. We have here 5 steps or 5 speed steps, and every step is combined with a dedicated fan speed. And simplified explained, more CPU temperature means more fan speed or more fan rotation. And below the main script, you see an echo to a log file, and every time the script started or ends, this echo command writes the current temperature of the CPU and the current fan rotation to a log file. And this log file we will create a little bit later. Okay, we're saving the script with Ctrl O and Enter, and leave this with Ctrl X. Okay, the script is created, and now we make it executable. This we're gonna make with this command. Now we create a folder to save our logs. At least we're creating a systemd file. This we're gonna make to start the script on every boot up. Here we are copying the code from the IPMI service. If you have named your script for the IPMI service different than fancytel.sh, please type your name here to the systemd service script. Okay, we save with Ctrl O, Enter, and leave this file with Ctrl X. Also here we make the script executable with this command and start this service with this command. If we have done everything right, the script must work, and we can check it with the output of our log file. And this we're gonna do with this command. Looks good. But at this point, we doesn't know if the script works if the CPU temperature increase. And exactly for this, we have created our Ubuntu desktop virtual machine. Okay, we are starting our virtual machine with Ubuntu desktop. And if the virtual machine is online, we're starting a new window with our Ubuntu desktop console. Enter the Ubuntu Web Store and download the tool CPU-X. Install this program and start this tool. We are changing to the console of our fancytel container, where we see that the script already runs and responds our CPU temp and our fan speed. Okay, back to the Ubuntu machine. And now we're gonna stress our CPU a little bit. We move right to bench. Here we set all available cores and a stress duration of 4 minutes. Okay, we start. Okay, in the end of the 4 minutes you can see that the CPU temperature rose to about 66 degrees and also the fan speed to about 4200 RPM. After the stress test, the temperature decreased to 52 degrees and also the fan rotation to about 2800 RPM. Okay, we leave the console and make one additional setting. We go to options of our LXC container and tick the checkbox by start at boot up. Okay, that's it. Every settings I've done here and the code for the script and for the systemd file you can find on my repository, and you find the link to the repository in the video description below. And now we can use our Dell R220 with other fans, with aftermarket fans in our home lab. Now we have modified the machine to a quieter, more energy efficient server or home server. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching.